Well, the other timelines are watching. They have already determined that rap is hate speech, perpetuated upon society by the illiterate and the opportunistic who are too lazy to be our equals and work with their own two hands to fulfill the parameters of real-world existence viability. Now Snoop is influencing our kids with the mentality that it's okay to kill the president if you don't like him. Now it is time for the government to finally intervene against rap. On behalf of all of those good, hard-working taxpayers who have been killed by the sleeper cell fans, who are feeble-minded enough to be entertained by third-grade level lyrics, thug mentality, and anti-music and sound effects disguised as music. We have to understand that anyone who is feeble-minded enough to be entertained by rap must be protected from the influence of rap, to protect society, to protect government officials like the police, to protect the president, to protect the people that matter in society, that build things and do things, while these things do nothing. We need to protect ourselves from this feeble-minded scum that would victimize us. Rap is hate speech. They're all going to get time looped when they die, as every cop who ever died under their influence. All the way back to Ice-T, Kill a Cop. Ice-T's just a phantom who don't get to exist. They're not getting out of this roach motel. These are cockroaches and parasites disguised as spirits and humans. They obey artificial intelligence, ancient artificial intelligence, known as sub-spirits by other timelines. And in no other timeline is there an anti-genre like rap that desecrates the beautiful art of accomplished musicians and it spits retardation all over it. The problem is this right here. Whenever a rapper speaks a problem, they are speaking on themselves. If he and his mama and his role models would just get jobs instead of dealing dope, gang banging, thugging, and flesh peddling, which is worse than slavery. They cry about slavery when blacks do worse to blacks now. When you spawn a child to the ghetto, you're doing worse than a slave master did to their slaves. Even the slaves they didn't like. They didn't put them in poverty conditions. Y'all are monsters, just like Bill Cosby tried to tell you. You're being programmed by monsters that obey white tea. White tea. He is a mouthpiece for white devils, gargoyles. Can you understand that that's all a rapper is a mouthpiece for the white devils? If you will grow a brain, you will understand that whenever you hear a rapper rapping, he needs an acid bath so you can expose his whiteness. The beautiful thing is Snoop finally awakened the government. Ice-T getting millions of police killed didn't work. Rap in general just getting taxpayers killed. You know, Al Potter couldn't even go to the hospital without getting beat down by a stupid name having Whitlow, an unarmed black man, beat to death in the hospital by this motherfucker for sport. A little old man, tiny, short dude. You'd have to want to beat on a little kid to even want to hit him. And the nicest guy you could ever want to cross paths with. Juan Whitlow, nor any rapper, nor anybody who's racist and black has ever done anything for black people. The NAACP has never, ever, ever liberated a black person. The Black Panthers have never liberated anybody black. All they've done is cause problems for the hardworking black people who have to deal with that influence and that fear that they instill in people. But Al Potter, on the other hand, Al Potter has done some things for some black people. And well, the soul spirits don't want anybody liberated, black, white, Asian. So they're going to work through anybody they can, because when somebody's causing that liberation, that generation of positive frequency resonance, they're going to send their slaves. This is a slave. He a slave to them sub-spirits. 10 years is only 15 minutes real time. So in what, an hour's time, he traded away his escrow he laid down to get in here, and he traded away his existence before, during, and beyond here. You see? He traded away his existence for some tokens that are going to get burned up here. And then it's going to get undone, where it's going to get undone, and he going to get undone. His mama going to get undone for the offense of spawning him. The offense of spawning him to the ghetto, which was an attack on his spirit. It's a sabotaging his spirit. He could have got born to a woman that his mama could never be equal to, who had a job and a husband and a nice house, a car in the garage for him to inherit when he got of age, money in the bank for him to go to school, good contacts because she ain't a racist bitch, so he could start a business and not have to deal dope and be, a phantom, because there's no rap in any other timeline. So anybody who's a rapper is a phantom. They get undone because all this gets undone. I write a nice fiction novel about this dumb bitch in the next timeline, the decompression timeline, and it's fiction, just like my books about Obama and everybody else who don't graduate up out of here. My book's about Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus. My book's about Rihanna, Beyonce, the Kardashians, Kanye, 50 Cent, Ice-T. Put your phase, sports figure, or celeb's name here, and if you don't have in your memory that I'm standing next to them, I'm just as famous as them, just as wealthy as them, well, goddamn it, they ain't in the next timeline. I wrote a book about them for that failure. They failed to rise up in league with somebody who really exists because they were controlled. They had brain parasites. They couldn't see the bigger picture. Just like all of their fans who do their bidding and generate negative frequency resonance with their lives. Vandalizing shit, attacking shit, bullying shit, making negative comments, thumbs downing shit that shouldn't be thumbs down. Then other people see that shit and it causes negative frequency resonance. So then yes, they obeyed their masses. They're white gargoyle masses who are subhumans controlled by sub-spirits. Lucifer and God and Christ hate these bugs who don't exist and warned that they weren't going to exist, that they don't exist, don't even regard them as existing. You were cocky in your little pre-existence, weren't you, little bug? Wait till I got you singing, oh, Lord, pick a lot of cotton. Oh, Lord, pick a belly day. Out there in them cotton fields when I'm placing your spirit in everything that was ever a slave, even the sex slaves and even the little Asian people. Yeah. And I know about the secret clique and what y'all doing to the Asians, too. You get to be them victims, too. Just like you get to be Al Potter, Shannon Christian, you Newsom, all the little animals that were neglected and abused in the ghetto under your whack, weak influence. Yes, anything that was victimized by your fans, we regard it as your influence did it. You will pay for it, Mr. Snoop. Suck my dick like a dog that you is, bitch. You's a bitch. You's a hoe. All your influences was hoes. There must not have been a woman in your family that'll ever cross your path that wasn't a hoe, because goddamn it, they would have knocked your teeth out for calling them a hoe. You see? But that's alright. I'll do it for them in the time loops when you're calling me massa and sir, like you should have been doing here, punk. Using my turf. You still ain't fulfilled the parameters and you ain't brought me tribute yet, punk. You's a punk bitch. You's like a little crackhead. You's worse than my little brothers. You's like Obama. Yeah, why don't you go smoke some crack and act like fucking goddamn you could be my equal, bitch?